When AI does the work, who gets the profit? The answer is simple, it's not you. You aren't being replaced, you are being outsourced. Your skills, your sweat, and your 9 to 5 grand are being turned into code. And once that code is live, you become an expense, a line item to be deleted. Imagine a world where the light stays on, the truck still move, and the shelves are full, but the parking lots are empty. The office towers are hollow. The economy is humming, but you aren't part of it anymore. You're just a specter in a game you used to play, but by the time you realize how deep this goes, it will be too late. Let's look at the evidence. You are inside the system. Now let's talk business. The illusion. The world told you a lie. They told you that labor is the foundation of wealth. Work hard, get a degree, trade your time for a paycheck. This was the social contract. You provide the muscle or the brain power, and the system provides the lifestyle. We lived in this illusion for 2 centuries. We call it the employment age. In this age, the elite needed you. They needed your hand to turn the wrenches. They needed your eyes to scan the spreadsheets. Even today, you see the headlines. Universal basic income is coming. The government will take care of us. You think the transition to a post-war economy will be soft landing, a permanent vacation funded by the robots. That is the fairy tale they tell the masses to keep them quiet. They want you to believe that work is just evolving. They say AI is a tool to make you more productive. They use the soft words co-pilot, assistant, and efficiency. But here is the crack in the glass. If I own a machine that does the work of 1,000 men of the price of electricity, why would I ever pay 1,000 men again? You might be thinking, if this is true, why hasn't the economy collapsed yet? The answer lies in the transition. We are moving from economy of labor to an economy of infrastructure, and in this new world, if you don't own the infrastructure, you don't exist. The crack. Look at the history of the glitch. In 1920, the largest employer in America was the railroad. In 1950, it was the General Motors. In 2024, it was the Walmart. Look at the pattern. We went from building things to moving things to simply selling things. Each step moved further away from the value of the human hand. Then the glitch happened. In 2012, a company called Instagram was sold for $1 billion. They had 13 employees. 13 employees at the time. Kodak, the giant of the industry, had 145,000 employees and was filing for bankruptcy. $1 billion in value created by 13 people. That wasn't an anomaly, it was a warning. It showed us that capital no longer needs a crowd, it only needs a stack of servers, a stack of algorithm, a stack of data. This leads us to the terrifying reality of universal basic infrastructure. The elite aren't planning to give you cash. Cash loses value. Cash causes inflation. No, the plan is more subtle. They will give you access, free internet, free digital entertainment, free basic transport, digital handcuff wrapped in silk. You won't have a salary. You will have a subscription to survival. But here is the question no one is asking. If you don't earn your keep, do you still have a voice? Or you just a guest in someone else's system? To understand the answer, we have to look at the invisible truth behind the three assets that will actually matter. The reality. The invisible truth is this: the middle class is a relic of the industrial age. It is being liquidated. When labor becomes irrelevant, the gap between the owner and the user become an ocean. The profit doesn't disappear, it's just a magnet. It follows away from the workforce and pulls into the infrastructure. The post-war economy isn't about robots taking jobs. It's about the privatization of existence. In a world where you don't have a job, you cannot borrow money, you cannot build equity, you cannot escape. You become a permanent tenant of the elite. So how do you survive? You stop trying to be better worker. That game is over. You start acquiring the only three assets that survive the outsourcing of humanity. First, computing sovereignty. In the past, you own a land. In the future, you must own the compute, whether it's chip, data center, or the proprietary models that run them. If you are just a user of the AI, you are the product. If you own the logic, you own the profit. Second, physical scarcity. The digital world is infinite, which means its value eventually trends towards zero. But the concrete jungle is real. Energy, land, raw materials, the things robots need to build other robots. While everyone is chasing digital gold, the smart money is locking down the physical world. Blood money or not, atoms beat bits every time. Third, attention equity. In a post-work world, the only currency left for the masses is attention. If you don't own a platform, a brand, or a network, you are invisible. And in the new economy, being invisible is a death sentence. You see, the system doesn't hate you, it just doesn't need you anymore. We are moving toward a world of universal basic infrastructure, where the lights are always on, the food is synthesized, and the distractions are endless. You will be fed, you will be entertained, but you will not be free. The post-work economy is a glided cage. The bars are made of code and the lock is held by those who saw the coming 10 years ago. The power move. You are standing at the edge of the greatest wealth transfer in human history. The elite are preparing for recession. They are preparing for a world where they no longer have to pay for the human element. You can wait for a government check. You can hope the safety net catches you, or you can realize that the net is actually a web. The age of the employee is dead. The age of the owner has begun. If you aren't building your own infrastructure today, you are volunteering to be the outsourced tomorrow. The choice is yours. What system should we decode next? Tell me in the comment section.